Welcome to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, let's talk about more high drama. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Thank you for joining me. Some of you probably may be skipping this episode because you didn't really appreciate the comments that I made on the last episode. And let me be clear. The episode previous to this that's entitled High Drama, and this is more high drama, I was not meaning to ridicule, make fun of, or any other way judge the experiences of that presenter. I am merely trying to impart on you my feelings about high drama, and then additionally, in the form of this podcast, how that level of high drama, should you allow it in your corporation, affects your corporation, affects your department, affects your business. Does that make sense? So if you believe that I am just a callous jerk that has no feelings, that may absolutely be your opinion. I would argue that you missed the intent and the point of my podcast yesterday completely, because this is about how we use our actions and the way we interact with each other, whether you are a speaker on the stage or the head of your department or the business owner, how you present yourself and the level of drama, unneeded, inappropriate, pointless drama that you allow into that realm and that sphere of influence is what I was talking about. And I was trying to express to you, just me personally, and I understand not everyone is like this. This is just me. I'm a little bit more, it's what probably drew me to engineering. I'm a little bit more analytical in my brain. I'm a little bit more even-keeled in the sense that I very rarely yell. I very rarely get mad at other people. Certainly I get frustrated and I sometimes raise my voice, admittedly, but there are very few times where I am in full-on screaming type of a mode because I've let my emotions get so just off the deep end, swung one way or the other to the extreme. But to the point of the focus of today's episode, as a continuation of yesterday's of high drama, is how do you deal with people in your organization that are like this? People that cannot help themselves but create drama. Now, whether they're doing it to instigate it amongst their peers, amongst their coworkers, or they're the ones that are doing it more than likely to get attention, more than likely to validate their existence in your department, in your organization. How do you handle somebody like that? Now, I'm not going to say that this is 100% always a female that's doing it, although I would argue the propensity may be that. Because men, especially young men in today's society that were growing up with nothing but, winning ribbons and participation trophies and all that kind of stuff, we have a propensity to be dramatic as well when we don't get things our way. Can I get an amen on that from anybody? Do you have experience with this? Drop a comment if you do. You're like, yep, I can think of like 3 dudes right now that holy drama queens, right? We call them drama queens because that kind of used to be what it is. But now it's like drama people. Drama dudes, drama gals. But how do you handle that in your workplace? Again, my opinion, my advice to you. You may find that this doesn't work. You may find that, like, holy smokes, this is exactly what you needed. And I would offer you this. What you allow in your workplace is what you tolerate. What you tolerate in your workplace is what you allow. If you continue to allow, once it's been recognized as a pattern of behavior in that individual, if you continue to allow them to affect your organization, to be that drama queen, to be that drama dude, you are now okaying it. Because you are tolerating that kind of behavior in a professional environment, in an adult avenue. We're not in kindergarten on the playground. Oh, Jimmy stole my toy. Like, we're adults, responsible for ourselves. If you as the leader, you as the business leader are tolerating that, then you are giving your stamp of approval that is acceptable behavior in your organization. Now, you may be tolerating it because you're scared. You're scared of the consequences when you confront it, which in and of itself is a little bit of high drama. It is your responsibility as the business owner, as the leader of your organization, to handle these types of things. And if you think starting your own business, being an entrepreneur, hiring other people is going to be drama-free, you are not in the right profession. Go get a job somewhere to where you can just punch in, punch out, and you have no responsibility, and you can't handle any of the hard stuff, or you don't have to handle any of the hard stuff. Because the reality is, people are people. You get all kinds of personalities, and sometimes those personalities conflict. Sometimes those personalities are such that they're incongruent with the rest of your culture, and you need to do something about it. So I would encourage you, if you have one or two or many in your organization, I'll get to that in a second, so we'll focus on the one or two, and you're allowing that continue despite the obvious negative effects of what it creates. When somebody typically is in a high drama moment, it's not they're so dramatic like, wow, everybody, you're amazing, keep going, like these cheerleaders of encouragement, because that's rarely the case. Although there are some people that are just exuberant in their wanting other people to succeed and be successful. Because usually it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to me. Oh, I got on this guy cut me off on the freeway and blah, 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 blah. And this high drama around their life. Because it's usually all about them. Hence, drama queen, drama guy. And it's distracting for everyone else. It's a distraction, of course, for your organization. Because now everyone's worried about what Sally or Rick over there is going to say. And dealing with their drama, right? That's the saying, right? I don't want to deal with your drama right now. So I would encourage you, if you've got people like that in your organization, it's time. It's time to confront it. You don't have to do it in a mean, rude way. Treat them like an adult. Say, hey, John. Hey, Jessica. We so value you being here right now. If you do, don't lie. But this behavior that you've been exhibiting and, talking about this or complaining about this or gossiping about so-and-so, that's not acceptable in our organization anymore. We are here to provide this service, this professional, this product, whatever it is, and this is the direction we're going. Say, we want you to be on board, but I can no longer tolerate this type of behavior. And if you need to provide examples, because usually their reaction is going to be what? When they're called out on their high drama, what is the automatic reaction? Anyone? More high drama. Higher drama. And it's your job, one, to handle that, not respond in kind, and just set the expectations and the consequences of failure to meet those expectations, just like anything else. Whether it be they don't show up to work on time or they're not working, whatever. There's expectations of standards of behavior. Make this a standard of behavior in your office to where you will not tolerate that. And then make your culture such that other people won't tolerate it. If you have somebody in the future that comes in that starts to be like that. And that's how you're going to be successful. That's how you're going to get rid of the distractions and the unneeded drama. Now, if you look around and your entire office is like this, you have found in the middle of your building your company, you're creating these different departments, and then you do nothing but attract all this drama, and you're seeing this infighting, and your sales department hates your logistics department, which hates your advertising department, whatever. More than likely, it's coming from a source. And usually that's a single source. Can you guess what it is? That's right, it's probably you. It's probably you as the leader are setting that standard of behavior yourself. And by you being like that, it is not only allowing, but it is encouraging other people to emulate you. And guess what? You attract people like that. Maybe you're somebody that thrives off of that. You're the one, what was that famous, the hot rod one, American Chopper? It was the Tuttles, I think, were their last name. It was popular back, early 2000s. They built custom motorcycles. And the father and son are just screaming at each other from across the shop for whatever stupid random thing. That's high drama. That's what I'm talking about. And guess why the son was like that? Why did the son respond in kind? Because that's what the dad set as the standard of expectation. The standard of behavior was screaming, losing your cool all the time, creating this high drama moments around what was typically something that didn't need to be. And what did it do, if you ever watched that show, what did it do to the other workers? There was one other younger son, and he was kind of the oddball son. And then there were a couple other workers that they had hired that were real professionals. They're like, I remember after several seasons, one of them was like, I can't handle this anymore. Like, I like doing this job. I love custom building motorcycles, and I'm sure it paid very well. But he's like, I can't be around this environment, this high drama all the time, stressful environment. And if that's you, you absolutely need to change. If that means hiring a coach, anger management, lifestyle coach, a life coach, a love coach, because whatever, do that. If you need to go to a retreat in the Sedona desert to reconnect with yourself and figure out why you're so high drama, do that. You owe it to yourself to figure that out. It's time to stop being that person that's creating that for your business, because you are now the limiting factor of your business. Make sense? And you can tell that by looking around at other people. You can tell that by asking other people, like, hey, you can tell that by how people react to you. When you come out of your office screaming, like, la, 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 for no reason. Are you creating high drama? And why? But it's time to stop, because it really has no place in successful businesses. I would argue very few legitimate, very successful business tolerate that type of behavior at any level. Make sense? Or at least not for long. So yeah, high drama, it's time to get over it. It's time to get rid of it. It's time to recognize it. It's time to nip it in the butt, put in processes and places. And then ultimately, as you're changing your culture in your organization, it becomes part of your interview process and your onboarding process. And if you don't know how to interview, you don't know what questions to ask in order to root all these things out, please visit kalehouserleadership.com. Download the top 10 best interview questions to ask to 10x your hiring process. It will 100% change the way you do interviews and how you do interviews. And we'd love to help you, if at all. Shoot me a note, kale@kalehouserleadership.com. Love to talk to you. Leave a comment, heart, subscription, subscribe, shares are fantastic. Thank you for joining me. Try to cut back on the high drama today. See what you can do and how much better your life is for it. We'll talk to you soon. No matter where you're in the world, have a fantastic afternoon. Bye.